So it's International Transgender Day of Visibility today, and I was just reflecting and thinking about a conversation I had with my mother yesterday on Mother's Day here in the UK. And one of the things that she mentioned, were many things that we discussed during the course of our nice lunch, and she mentioned that she'd been going to the local pharmacy from time to time, and that there was a transgender person who had served her on a number of occasions. And she casually offhand made a comment that she said, oh, well, she always has her nails done beautifully, and that she had complimented her on this just recently, about a week ago. And it occurred to me that my mum, who she'll be mortified to know that I'm telling you about this, but she's 80 this year. For her to very casually make a comment like that, in a day-to-day interaction, she lives in a very small town. I would imagine for this particular person, to be trans in a big international city is one thing. To be trans in a very small rural town where everybody knows everybody else's business, I would imagine has its own unique challenges. But I would imagine that a comment like that probably meant a lot. And it occurs to me that as we have all of these culture wars supposedly going on, all of the conversations about people's identity being discussed up and down the country and all over the world, that probably just little gestures like that, just little comments, little moments of connection, probably count for a lot. As we talk about all of these culture wars, as we discuss them, as they're discussed at very high levels, as people talk about other people's lives and other people's identities, whether or not they are valid, I think we forget that there's just real people at the base of it, real people who are affected. And I think if more people knew more trans people, a lot of these issues would fall away, because they'd realise that it's real people that they're talking to, real people that they're interacting with, and real people that they're talking about when they discuss whether or not other people's identities are valid. So it was just a nice little moment. And, as I say, if more people just made those simple moments of connections and reminded themselves, therefore, that the discussions they're having are about real three-dimensional human beings, maybe these conversations would fall a little bit further down the list of priorities. So happy International Trans Day of Visibility, and I hope you're all well wherever you are.